So let's bring in Misty Marris for some legal analysis. So first off, let's just start with what we can expect today in arraignment. Not a long process. What will we see?
It's very procedural. Comey will come in, the charges will be read, his attorney will enter an appearance, and he will enter a plea. It's going to be not guilty. But one thing we will get some insight into is next steps, timeline, next appearance, and any challenges the defense may raise to this indictment.
One of the things that Comey's legal team could do here is move to dismiss the case. This would be specifically on the grounds of selective or vindictive prosecution. Help us understand what that means and what the bar is for that.
It is an incredibly difficult bar for a defendant to establish that. There's a presumption in favor of prosecutors. There's broad prosecutorial discretion to bring cases. So the defense has to present evidence to overcome that, basically showing that they were targeted for exercising a legal right. Here it would be speaking out against the administration. There's political animus motivating this, and that he's being treated differently than others. But from a defense perspective, it's usually very difficult to have any evidence of that because it's not in the public sphere. It's something that may be in back channels, why a prosecution was brought, the intention. Here, you got to do a simple Google search, and you're going to have enough to lay out at least a cognizable argument to support that, and then couple that with the timing, the removal of the Attorney General Seibert, replacement, and all of that will form that narrative. Whether it's successful, it's still an uphill battle, but it's better odds than most in this situation.
If it's not dismissed and this does go to trial, what do you expect to be the major arguments from both the prosecution and the defense?
So keep in mind the standards. So there has to be a false statement. It has to be materially false, meaning it matters, and knowingly false, so an intention to lie. With all that in mind, this is a bit of a convoluted case. You're going to see the defense really focus on that. It's 2020 testimony, that's the basis, where Comey says, I'm going to rely on my 2017 testimony. So now we're going back and we're looking at what were precisely the questions, what were precisely the answers. It's not sloppy answers, ambiguous questions that can formulate this. There has to be that intention to lie while under oath. So that's going to be where the defense goes. Prosecutors are going to be trying to keep it simple. They hate convoluted cases. They hate having to jump through those hoops. So I expect to see that being capitalized on the defense. It's really not an easy open and shut case.
All right, Misty Marris, thank you so much.